rocky start to the season, coming back now.
Tamara Clark is in lane 2.
First-year pro and American, fine sprinter, especially at 200 meters. She's on the second lane in.
Sela Barnes is in lane 3.
Steady this season, has 6 or 7 times 11.1 this season, looking to peak up for the US Nationals in July.
You're going to hear a loud ovation. Shericka Jackson in lane 4.
World silver, Olympic bronze in the 100. World champion at 200 meters, second fast at that distance of all time at 21.45. MVP, former Vertec. Has my birthday, July 15, much younger and much faster.
I told you she's going to get the biggest ovation. In lane 5, Antonique Strawn from Bahamas, but trains here in Jamaica.
World Junior double champion 2012 on a string of personal bests at 200 meters, under 11 seconds at 100 last year for the first time. MVP Jamaica.
Shash Forbes runs out of lane 6.
Former Homewood star, now Sprint Tech, 10.98 in Bermuda a couple of weeks ago. Busy little sprinter, Olympic and World Champs 4x1 medals.
Natasha Morrison in 7.
Training really well this season. World Champs finalist 2015, finishing the season with a flourish. She's MVP. There's a billboard at Glengolf in her honor because she has an Olympic gold medal.
This is Ashanti Moore in lane number 8.
Former Heidel star, training in the States in the sprint, improving at both 100 and 200 meters.
Women's 100-meter dash. The A race, the big favorite, Shericka Jackson. Natasha Morrison looks as if she's rounding into form and getting back to that breakout year of 2015. Shash Forbes is getting dangerous as well. Kemba Nelson,
the clear favorite here, Spencer. 10.82 this season on this track.
She runs out of lane 4. Set, off they go. Very good start by Shericka Jackson. Kemba Nelson is running well on the inside as well. Shericka Jackson kicks into another gear, goes away in imperious fashion. The World Championship silver medalist and the Olympic bronze medalist comes home in 10.78 seconds. If the wind reading is correct, that would be her new season's best. 10.78, fabulous running by Shericka Jackson. Antonique Strawn second, 10.99. Shash Forbes third, 11.07. Fantastic running by Shericka Jackson.
Another sub 11 by Shericka Jackson in Kingston, 10.79. She's been working on her start, and her start looked really good there. Some good starters in that field. She got out ahead of them and kept on flowing, untroubled, unperturbed for the last part of the race. She jogs forward to...
The Racers Grand Prix became the stage for Shericka Jackson's breathtaking showcase in the women's 100 meters, where she blazed across the line in 10.78 seconds, securing a decisive victory. The performance electrified the stadium and underlined her status as one of the sport's premier sprinters, marking her quickest clocking of the year to date. She faced a talented lineup featuring Kemba Nelson, Tamara Clark, Sela Barnes, Anthony Ste, Shash Forbes, Natasha Morrison, and Ashanti Moore, each bringing pedigree and promise. Yet from the opening strides it was clear Jackson occupied a class of her own, stamping authority with a performance that reflected weeks of fine-tuning and precision work. By the midway point she had asserted total control, her stride mechanics flowing effortlessly as she surged toward the tape with dominance written across every step. What separated this particular outing from her previous races was a strikingly sharper launch from the blocks. Known historically for her devastating closing kicks, Jackson demonstrated a refined approach at the start, revealing the fruits of adjustments to her acceleration technique. Every detail of her drive phase hinted at strategic attention to marginal gains, aiming to cut away at hundredths of a second. Her 10.78 not only confirmed her comfort in the sub-11 range, but also pointed to even faster times looming as the season unfolds. Already the reigning force in the 200 meters, where she owns the second fastest mark in history, And fresh from sweeping Jamaican sprint crowns in 2023, this win cements her as a defining figure of the modern era in track and field. With the 2025 season gathering momentum, Jackson appears rejuvenated, free from the injuries that derailed her Olympic campaign in Paris. Her early displays project an athlete intent on redemption. If she continues sharpening her explosive first steps while sustaining her trademark top-end velocity, she'll remain a constant favorite in global finals. Observers within the athletics community are following her trajectory closely, intrigued by how her improved technical execution may translate on the championship stage. The question is less about her potential and more about whether she can stay fit long enough to maximize it. Her win in Kingston was more than just a fast time. It was a declaration. Rivals across the circuit have now been put on notice that Jackson is re-emerging not only with speed but with renewed intent. The combination of maturity, ruthless pace, and polished execution places her in pole position to dominate as the season intensifies. Anticipation around her builds with each meet, and yet she seems composed, perhaps preparing to elevate her performances to unprecedented levels. With major international competitions around the corner, Jackson is not simply pursuing medals. She's aiming to leave her signature on the record books. This renaissance arrives at the pinnacle of her career, where physical prime intersects with accumulated wisdom. Jackson is now more than just a pure sprinter. She is a strategist whose races reflect conscious choices in stride rhythm, body control, and energy allocation. Every phase of her sprint, from reaction to finish, demonstrates calculated mastery. Insiders report that her training has become increasingly data-driven, with emphasis on biomechanics and efficiency. The result, a version of Jackson who distributes energy more evenly, conserving enough to deliver devastating bursts at precisely the right moments. Her impact, however, stretches beyond numbers on a results sheet. She has become a beacon within Jamaican athletics, speaking candidly about the value of persistence, self-belief, and psychological strength. Fans connect deeply with her journey through injuries, setbacks, and comebacks, recognizing in her story a lesson in resilience. Each victory carries symbolic weight, proof that setbacks can be transformed into platforms for greatness. With the World Championships approaching, Jackson's ambitions extend well past winning races. She is actively shaping the future of women's sprinting. Every outing becomes a message, a reminder that she is not only chasing speed records but also striving to redefine excellence in her discipline. How fast she will go, and how much history she will continue to shape, are now questions hanging over the season.